Okay, now another Nashville music venue of the 90s was the Mix Factory. Right here, this building. Nowadays it's called Ashurion, but we are right on 2nd Avenue at Korean Veterans right here in Nashville. There's the bachelorette parties, and of course the scooters that seem to lay around on every street corner in town. But I have a couple of cool stories right here. You see this little ledge up here? That used to be where the bands would park their tour buses along here, and this actually was a street back then in the late 90s. And their tour buses would park right here, and in the back I guess there was a ramp or a staircase for the guys to get down to their buses, but they'd have to come out of the building and walk along there. And I remember Tim Kelly, the guitarist from Slaughter, God rest his soul, he passed away unfortunately in a car wreck in 1998, but I remember him coming out this door, and he went to his bus and was way up top, and he could reach the top of the bus, and he was shaking it just to shake up the other guys on the bus. But I remember standing right here on this corner and seeing him do that back in 1996, I think, maybe 97, somewhere in those years. And I remember coming over here with the Reverend Horton Heat guys who were playing at 328 Performance Hall, which was right over there. We just walked across this parking lot, and Cheap Trick was playing here. So we kind of tagged along with the Reverend Horton Heat guys, you know, just to meet Cheap Trick. So right here, this general area was where we met Cheap Trick. And I remember my friend Josh Toomey, Talk To Me podcast, I'm sure he would remember this. Someone handed Rick Nielsen a vinyl album to sign and a Sharpie, and he just held up the Sharpie like this until Josh Toomey would take the cap off the Sharpie so he could sign. He just sat there like this. He was actually a pretty funny guy. At the time, we kind of thought he was being a little arrogant, but actually he was actually a really funny dude, Rick Nielsen. So no hard feelings, and nowadays we get a really good laugh out of it. So all those memories right here at the Mix Factory. You know, another interesting fact that I'd like to add to my video about the Mix Factory was Christmas morning last year, 2020, the 2nd Avenue bombing took place just down there a few blocks. And this area where I'm standing right in front of what used to be the Mix Factory was where the perimeter was, and the police, the chief, and all the other ones would do their press conferences right here, right at this general area where I'm standing. And I thought that was a little interesting side note to this area. Also, another tragedy just up the street there on 2nd Avenue was where NFL football great Steve McNair lost his life in a murder-suicide. It was just right up there on the other side of those buildings. Right here, Nashville, Tennessee, 2nd Avenue.